Hey guys, it's Phil. I realize it's been a while since my last tutorial, but I plan on jumping back into that. I've been really busy with some academic stuff and getting an internship all sorted out for the summer. But I'm back, and the Sprint S3 has been put on hold for a while I'm searching the interwebs for some information about a discrepancy between the Sprint software and the Virgin and Boost mobile software. And then I'm also putting together a video on how to de-brick your bricked Galaxy S3 for both Sprint, and then I will probably do one for this one, the AT&T Galaxy S3, because as you know, this one, AT&T, just to prove it, the AT&T Galaxy S3 got the over-the-air update for KitKat within the past 2 weeks. I'm a little late on this one because I was making sure I had all the stuff I needed for it, because one of the files is almost impossible to find, but that's for later. So what you're going to need for this one is some patience, because as always, it takes time, and if it doesn't go right the first time, it's fixable, but you just have to do it over again. So 1, patience. 2, a AT&T Galaxy S3. This is not an AT&T, well, it is an AT&T back, but it is an AT&T phone with an AT&T board. It is running, well, AT&T's build of 4.3, the build ending in MJB, and I will show you that in a bit. But, so you will need that, patience, phone, you will need a stock tar file, which is not available on Sam Mobile, but I will link to a download place in the description, Odin v3.07, which also link in the description, an update.zip folder, description, CF auto root for the D2 ATT, D2 Galaxy S3, AT&T. But that will link to Chainfire's website where you can download the files from him. And then you will need the little folder of recovery tools that I'll include. Also linked in the description. So once you download all of those, not all of them are going to be used in this video. There's going to be another one or another one after that that will help explain how to do other things. But this one is just going to be how to restore your modified Galaxy S3 running 4.3 to stock 4.3, the official system, so you can update using the official over-the-air update.zip file to get KitKat on your phone with no CyanogenMod, no Liquid Smooth, no AOSP ROM needed. This will be official, build number ending in NE4, I believe. So it's slightly different than Sprint's, as is everything, because it's based on release date. But regardless, you will know how to, you'll be using these first 3 files, the stock tar, the Odin file folder, and then the update.zip for this video. Next video will be how to root, and then the next video will be probably how to de-brick it, just in case, because I've seen some terrible, terrible stories of people needing to pay $50 to JTAG their devices. For those of you that don't know what JTagging and bricking and de-bricking is, whenever you flash a file on, specifically with the Knox bootloader, which came in the 4.3 over-the-air update, if you flash through Odin a stock tar for a system lower than 4.3 that does not have the Knox bootloader, your device will brick. It will not turn on, it will not go into download mode, recovery mode, and it won't turn on. If you take out the battery and plug it into the wall, it'll put the red light on. You put in the battery, the red light stays on for 10 seconds, then goes off. You plug it into the computer with all of the stuff in it, it'll show, if you look in Device Manager, or whatever the Mac equivalent is, it will be COM whatever, or it will be QHUSB _ deload mode, which means you have a bricked phone, but I can fix it for you, and I can fix it with you, is the important part. Because I myself recovered from one of those last fall when, over Thanksgiving, my Sprint Galaxy S3 decided to brick when restoring itself after the 4.3 update, so that's fun. Anyway, moving swiftly forward to the fun part. It will be, sorry, frog in my throat. So this is going to be how to restore your modified system, how to update, and then, just to make sure you believe it all, give you some proof that this is both KitKat and Jelly Bean that I'm coming from. So first, there's the files that you're going to need. Let's pull those down into the foreground. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, on a black background for better. Okay, so the first one is the stock tar. Has a really long name. Second one is Odin. And the third one is the update.zip. So the first thing you're going to need to do is get the update.zip file folder onto your phone's internal storage, I believe. Regardless, that can wait. So what we're going to do is you're going to need to download this file, and you will want to start downloading this now and then possibly go get a drink, because it's not huge, but it's a sizable file. So sit and wait for that to download, and then pull Odin in the update too. So what we're going to do is open up the Odin folder, and then once you get the stock tar, you're going to unzip it and have the .tar.md5 file on your desktop, so it's easy to find. Regardless, open Odin's file folder, and then click on Odin 3 v3.07.exe. Allow. So it will be just like this. You will want to have auto reboot and F reset time checked, because that's the way it opens up and you don't need to do anything. So we're going to click PDA, and it's going to take us to select a file, and it starts at desktop. That's why I suggest putting it on your desktop so it's easy to find. So it will be looking for PDA files with .tar, .md5, .smd, .gz, and .tgz. We only care about the first two. So the bottom file for me is the i747 UCUE MJB underscore 2024 954 underscore rev 04 underscore user underscore low underscore ship .tar.md5. That's a long file name, but .tar.md5 is the important part, as well as the i747, obviously. So click open. Odin will check it. It'll make sure all the MD5 sums check off and match, so nothing goes wrong with the software that quickly. And then you will want to plug in a USB cord to your computer, just in case of, just because you'll need it later. So, okay, you see it check MD5 finish, successful, leave CS. So the box is checked, has the file, so if we, and it has no device because this is not plugged in. As you can see, the device is not plugged, come on color. The device is not plugged in to anything, okay. To show you that this is, and I've done this before to make sure it works for you guys, so unlock it. This is just the stock system. I already went through this, but I will show you because this works. So go into settings, more, scroll down to about device. So it'll be 4.3, and because this has no SIM card and I did it, it does not know the baseband version, but that does not matter for this one. Kernel version, whatever, the build number, MJB, that I can't fake. Secure, whatever it is. And then, so if you can't take or don't want to wait for the software update through the settings menu, software update, there we go. Like me, I don't have a SIM card for this phone, so I can't update it through the network, so someone was gracious enough to put the file on XDA. I will link to the forum and to the specific thread so you can thank them for the file, because this is not my file, this is definitely not my doing entirely, this is everybody else's work coming into one video for you guys. So there's that, and to prove, let's go about device. Sorry guys, it's a little out of weird. So let's do the Jelly Bean Easter egg, boop 4.3, boop, and jelly beans. Jelly beans everywhere. Okay. And hit home. Okay, there we go. So that is all fixed up. So this is the stock one. This is all just stock stuff, no personal apps. It's just got the AT&T bloatware that you get, Samsung's TouchWiz stuff, and then your standard average Google software. Go away, Yellow Pages. Literally no one likes you right now. You're not in this video. So what you want to do is turn the phone off. So power button and select power off. Yes, the device will shut down. That's the point. And then wait for the thing to power off. Come on. If you don't want to wait for it to power off, what you can just do is peel open the back using the thumb tab here. Sorry, that's out of focus. Use the thumb tab right there to pry off the back, pull the battery. So what you're going to need to do to use Odin, if you've never used Odin before, this will help because you need to be in a specific mode. If you've used Odin before, get into download mode. For those of you that have not used Odin before, you want to press the volume down the power button, and the home button, all at the same time. So press and hold, it will buzz, and it will come up with this screen. Warning, a custom OS can cause critical problems in your phone and installed applications. If you want to download a custom OS, press the volume up key. So you want to press the volume up key to be able to use this mode. So volume down will just restart the phone. So we're going to do volume up, and it will give us a little Android, and it may or may not, yours may look different than this. Come on, focus. Please? Come on. Anyway, it will say your product name, which will be SGH-i747, then the current status minus Samsung official, but yours might be modified, and then system status will probably be modified. But yours will end up being, if you were to check using this mode after we finish with this, it will be saying Samsung official and then system status official. So if you've rooted and done stuff, the little second line of red will be, there we go, it's in focus. Your warranty bit will be 1, meaning Knox is tripped and your warranty is void for everyone to see. So welcome to the fun. So you're going to plug in the device to your computer. It will recognize it, and as you saw right there, there is a, this one says 0:bracket COM4 bracket. So, and it also says ID added. So what we're going to do is press to get this actually done, because all we do is press this and then watch as the messages go by, and then it's done. And then we can move on. So let's start. And this is a long process, so go get a soda. So it's doing the boot image, the NAND write, it's writing the cache, and then some of this will be really, really long, so I will probably just skip to when it's all finished, and you can just pause this and sit for it to finish. I will be seeing you when this is all finished. And we're back. Okay, so this one's almost done. The process has all gone through, except for it's writing the system right now. The system.img.ext4 will take the longest, and it's been sitting about, it works through the progress, and it takes 15-ish minutes, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, depending on just, you know, the situation. So what we're going to do is, I've already done this, but you can do this in the background, so minimize these windows or keep them going if you have the update.zip elsewhere. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to put your update.zip file onto a, come on, here we go, a micro SD card. I'm using a 32 gig Samsung card. So you're going to want to put it onto a micro SD card, because you can only apply updates and stock recovery from external storage. Don't ask me why, blame Samsung. Don't ask them, just blame them. So this one's almost done. You can probably see it right there. It's just about finished. Anyway, so once this is done, we're going to plug this into the phone, and then the phone's going to automatically reboot when this is over, because we have auto reboot checked. So it will automatically reboot into the normal boot process, and will take you through the initial setup like you just got it out of the box, where you'll have to connect to a network, log into Wi-Fi, your Samsung account, your Google account, and then location stuff. So we're going to skip through all of that, but you can set it up if you want. You can take your time, but okay, reset. So it just now turned off, and it just buzzed, blue screen. It's going into recovery mode? No, it just booted through recovery mode and is, so we're done with Odin right now. So currently, it is the recovery mode screen. It's setting everything up, I believe. All of this should be fine and dandy. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is close the Odin folder. Okay, so it just shut off, and then it buzzed again, and I have a feeling it's going to reboot normally this time. So what we're going to do is open it back up, and then insert our micro SD card. Focus. We're going to insert our micro SD card, make it click in, all good and dandy so we don't shake it out, and then close it back up. All the snaps are snapped. That's so satisfying. So it was the boot logo just then. Oh, hello. So as you can see, it's an AT&T, and it's going through the boot process. Okay. So the first boot, as you may remember, or might not, depending on how long you've had your phone, because I forgot how long the initial boot was. So it will take a bit to actually get you to the startup screen, but fear not, because if you make it through the startup screen, you are perfectly fine and can move on to the next step. So I'm going to skip ahead to the part where we are all set up and I can show you this is an official system and this is running 4.3 with the little Easter egg again, just to make sure you can do it yourself, to make sure it all works. And then we're going to go get ourselves updated to KitKat. Be right back. Okay, so the first boot with the AT&T logo on it took a while, but we're at the beginning of the setup now, and then I will skip ahead to when it's done, and then when I'm in the settings. Okay, all through the setup process, and we're back in the system. So this is now, regardless of what you started with, if your process passed, which I hope it did, because that would suck to go through it again. So we are at 4.3 in build MJB. So let's tap this to prove it. Jelly Bean 4.3, yay. And tap and hold for Jelly Beans everywhere. Okay, so home button, return. So what we're going to do, yes, I realize. Sorry, the tutorials are coming up because I just booted it up. So with our update.zip on the SD card plugged into this phone, we're going to, and because I'm bored and not too patient with this one, we're going to just open it up, pull out the battery, it turns off, put back in the battery, close it back up, and then we're going to get into recovery mode. For you people that have used recovery mode before with ROMs and stuff, you'll know what to do. Get in recovery mode and hold on. So people who haven't done this before, recovery mode is how you manually apply updates and deal with software in your phone. So for the new people, it is volume up, home, and power at the same time. So from off, the boot screen's going to look slightly different. Instead of just Samsung, it'll have Samsung with recovery booting in blue text up in the top left corner. So once you feel the buzz and see the screen with the blue text, you can let go. So press and hold, 2, 3, buzz, blue text. There we go. Let go. Sorry about that. And then it will boot up. There's no little icon here, so this is stock recovery booting screen. Okay. Okay, so there's the stock recovery bit. And there we go. So as you can see, let's refocus this a little bit. Okay, there we go, clear. So use the volume up and down keys to navigate up and down, and then use the power key to select. And then this little yellow text down here will just be progress and stuff, so don't worry about that. So we're going to select apply update from external storage, scroll down to it, and then press power. Scroll down, and just leave it named update.zip. So we're going to hit power button to select it, install from /SD card, which is the external storage here. Refocus on that just to make it easier. And then this may take a bit depending on the class and speed of your SD card. So there we go. So the update will be checking for the official modem, the official system status, and the official, there we go. So verifying the current system, making sure it's official, not rooted, not a custom ROM, not even an unrooted stock ROM. It has to be the official one. It has worked with unrooted stock build ROMs, but it's not guaranteed. This one is. So it's going to go through the system check, and I will get back to you guys once it's done with this. Okay, so it finished the process, and this will wipe your data, it'll wipe your personal information off of it. It'll be as if you did a factory reset and have a Galaxy S III running KitKat right out of the box. So this will have KitKat on it once we finish booting it up, and then I will again skip through the process of it's wrong, but whatever. That's the AT&T sound on the Samsung boot. Look, that's funny. Anyway, I'm going to come back to you when the boot process is done, and then when I have set it all up, and we will pop back into the settings just to make sure you follow along and hop in there once we're done. Okay, really quickly, so the boot process is all done. and I'm connected to my Wi-Fi right now because no SIM card. So the thing to note, to make sure it went through correctly, pardon the screen refreshings and the focus. Come on. Focus for me. Anyway, your status bar will be completely clear gradient instead of however it was before. And then the big thing for this one is if you have Wi-Fi on, and I recommend doing this just to check it, instead of the arrows being, please focus, thank you. So the arrows are clear. They will show when there's signal and it's going places, it'll be white instead of orange and green for down and up signal. So that's one of the ways you can know right off the bat that it functioned correctly and did it. The next step to know it passed is the non-green battery. So anyway, go down, turn off anything you don't need, go into settings, more, scroll down to about device. So first we see 4.4.2 and that makes us happy. And then we see build version i747 UCUFNE4, that makes us happier. And then we're going to click on the build number. Nope, we're going to click on Android version. And we have a spinning K. So we're going to click on that a little bit. Get us to the real proof of what version this is. And then press and hold for our lovely, lovely KitKat Easter egg. And that's really all you need to know. That is how you get from 4.3 to stock to 4.4 to running again in under half an hour. And that's just because of all the prep that you might need to do for downloading files and stuff. So, next video will be how to root this using CF Auto Root, and then it will also be how to install a custom recovery using your newly rooted phone. If this is all you wanted, if this is all that you needed out of this kind of tutorial, then give me a thumbs up, give me a comment if you think I need to change anything or add anything, or if you'd like to see another video on any specific thing. The next video, as I said, will be how to root KitKat on your AT&T Galaxy S III, and then the video after that will probably be a debrick tutorial if this did not go as planned at all. If you aren't completely sure about what debricking is, you can look it up and read about it, but I suggest holding off. Anyway, this is Phil again. I'm glad to have been able to help you get your KitKat on. And there we go. I guess the phone going to sleep is a little sign there. Call it a night. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.